Hi, Zahra.
Hey.
Zahra, I have like a million, thousand, billion burning questions for you.
Oh my God.
What are some of the ways that you identify yourself as a person?
I always introduce myself on stage as a feminist Muslim Iranian American comedian.
Yeah.
Who is bisexual and is the pork eating, alcohol drinking, premarital sex having, married to an atheist infidel, white boy, English major, barista kind of Muslim.
I love that. What were you like as a kid?
I was always like rallying kids all the time.
Yeah.
We put on plays in the garage.
That's awesome.
That was my favorite thing.
I love that.
We put on musicals.
So you were a performer even as a kid?
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
I was always performing. People would tell me, oh, like, you're so funny. You're such a funny kid.
Yeah.
Oh, you love to perform so much. You're good at this. Like, you know, I would get those compliments. That really, really stuck with me. It was like, oh, I'm good at this. You know, I think we sometimes forget, like, how much stuff like that sticks with kids.
Yeah.
When you say, you're really good at this.
It like impacted you. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot. Because I felt bad at everything else. I always like first generation kid and the oldest.
Yeah.
You're the bridge. I always felt like the stupid immigrant. Just like, get it together. Like, who's Santa?
Yeah.
What are you guys singing? What is this song? Who is this man who's coming to your house? Aren't you worried? Just like always like clueless and lost.
Why do you think you're drawn to performing?
Racism. My mom wore a headscarf in the 80s, back when that told people that you were Iranian and an enemy of the state. There were always people accosting us with questions. Why do you hate America?
How did that connect you, or what drove you to?
So like what I saw was when I was really funny
Yeah.
and outrageous, then they chilled out and they left my mom alone.
It like dissipated tension.
Yeah, exactly.
And actually dangerous tension, like harmful tension that could hurt you.
You know, people always talk about like comedians and like, oh, you're so brave, you're so brave. And it's like, I know what violent tension feels like.
Yeah.
And it's so far from that.
Yeah.
It's not scary. It's just fun.
What about comedy speaks to your soul?
Unfortunately, too much. I think like there's so many times I wanted to quit comedy because I just was like, I don't see myself succeeding here. It can be really frustrating and alienating to see people do like just straight up racist humor.
Yes.
And get so rewarded for it. But then at the same time, it's the one place where all the skills that I gained from trauma as a kid, you know, wielding humor to take care of my family, it's the one space where I have agency over it. I get to tell the stories because I want to tell the stories.
Yeah.
I'm on stage telling it, and it's not in reaction to some kind of threat, but it's also at a bar. You know? Like,
Yeah.
at 2 o'clock in the morning. But at the same time, the thing I love about comedy is that it's silly.
Do you feel like there is a lot of pressure put on your comedy because of who you are?
So much pressure.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't feel like I'm smart enough to be Muslim. Like I need to be Hassan Minhaj plus a Wikipedia plus Reza Aslan plus like in the body of Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah. What are some ideas you've had to unlearn about beauty, age, gender, sex?
Girl, oh my God. Let's get real on the couch. Oh my God, still I'm unlearning. In terms of like the beauty standard that I grew up with, I'm too tall for it, I'm too big for it, and I don't fit any of the like standards that I see, you know?
Yeah.
Like just having a bump in my nose, like that always was like, my nose is too big, I'm so embarrassed by it, blah, blah, blah. You know, like it embarrasses me right now to talk about it. It's like really hard to talk about.
Yeah.
Because you know, the other thing is that gets in the way of like women talking about these things, I feel like, is people try to solve for it too quickly. Like, just let me feel bad for a while. You know what I mean? Everyone wants to jump in with compliments. And it's like, I'm figuring this out.
It's almost like a little bit of a denial of your experience to just smother it with a compliment.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you ever feel like you're super weird?
Oh my God, all the time. I live weird. I'm queer. Queer's weird.
What do you say to yourself when you feel weird?
Oh, I'm not nice. My husband calls them my shut-ups in the shower. I yell, shut up in the shower.
To yourself?
Yeah. I have this extraordinary Rolodex in my brain of every single moment in my life that I was a giant dork.
Yeah. You can recall it on command.
With extraordinary precision and physical memory. And it is like acute in the moment that I remember it so much that I go, shut up.
What would you say to yourself in response to like you being so hard on yourself?
That's tough. I don't know why I'm so protective of like the negative talk. I think that there's like still a part of me that believes that it will fix me.
Yeah.
You know? Like it's always extraordinary to me how powerful what is familiar is.
And
there's that.
negative talk is familiar to you.
It's so familiar.
So when I ask you, what do you love about yourself? What would you say to that?
I love my honesty. I love how vulnerability to me is athletic. I love my love of storytelling. I love what I will do for a good story.
Yeah. The lengths you will go to.
Oh my God.
Zahra, what's a failure you're grateful for?
I like any failures that make me remember my mom, because so much of my life I grew up, you know, thinking that she was like not smart. Because everything about the way that people interacted with me told me that she didn't know what she was doing.
There you are.
People would always talk to me instead of her because I was a fluent English speaker. You know, like, so anytime I'm reminded of everything that's like about her, gorgeous or not, then I love that.
What are some definitions of success that you've struggled with, and how have you learned to define success for yourself?
I used to treat success as the period of time where like that moment when I can stop working.
Yeah.
You know, or like I went through that phase of like when my parents are proud, then I'm successful.
It's a kind of end. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Some kind of end. Success implies that most of the time we're doing it wrong until we're successful.
Oh, wow. I love that.
Right?
Yeah. So you're as failing until you succeed.
Yeah. And it puts your body in such a deficit. So I stopped thinking of it that way. Every moment that I'm working, I'm thinking, I'm processing, I'm doing, I'm self-caring, I'm chilling, you know. I'm living. That's it. That's success.